What's up, you guys? Here we are in the future. It is June 30th, and we're almost at the tail of the dragon. But as you guys can see, Cherry's butt is up in the air, and it's for a pretty crucial thing. You guys can see that our bushing is pretty shot. Let me get a flashlight. All right, so got a flashlight in there, and you can't really see that much better, but our trailing arm bushing is basically shot. As well, if we crawl under here, and if we crawl under here, you guys can see that our tow arm bolt is, the head is broken off. So literally, you can see the back side of the bushing as well. It's pretty bad. Sorry, it's pretty tight under there, but as you guys can see, the tow arm bolt is broke and the bushing's shot. And literally, the only components that really hold this arm in here is your trailing arm bushing, you have the tow arm in the front, and then you have your lower control arm, as well as your camber arm, and then your shock. So really, there's not much holding this arm in the car. And you could feel this side of the car literally just shake around. Since the shock is compressed, I can't really wiggle it around, but I could kind of wiggle it enough to where you could see a little play maybe. Not really. Like I said, part of this project was getting it revamped so that my girlfriend could drive the vehicle. And yeah, I don't want her driving the car around like this. What I did a long while ago was I bought myself, it's an eBay kit, but I bought myself camber kit, as well as I bought myself a eBay lower control arm kit, as well as a subframe brace for the middle, just for added looks and performance. I had bought myself Tokiko struts and 2-inch lowering springs. They've been in the front for a very long time. Just because of this reason, I never got to install the rears. And as you can see is another snapped bolt. And yeah, I tried to take the bolts out of the rear end of this car and they are frozen. So shout out to CRX Seth. Watching his videos while he was rebuilding the CRX, I came across this bad boy. Now I don't remember if it's specifically this one, but this is a bolt induction heater. This one's a hot rod. I bought it from Amazon. It was about $220, something like that. There was like a little sale, so I want to say it was like $270. But I got it on sale for a little bit cheaper. And yeah, I bought it. It comes with a couple different tips and stuff like that. But before I even started to attempt this, I tried using the tool and taking out the bolts on this side. And dude, it couldn't have worked better. Another thing is the lower control arm bushings are shot in this car. So with the shock bolt, it came out. So if we went under there, you could see it came out of the bolt came out, but it's stuck in the sleeve of the bushing. So literally the rubber is shot and the bolt and sleeve are now stuck. So not that big of a deal. The bolt at the top, you could kind of see it came out, and the front came out of the trailing arm. So that's not really a problem. Like I said, I got struts. The struts aren't really bad, but you know, we want to be a little bit lower. So luckily that all came out and I can now replace it. I was actually able to get the trailing arm bushing bolts done as well. They're loose. And I was able to get the toe arm bolt undone. But the same issue is that the bolt and the sleeve are stuck together. So I think I'm gonna have to cut the toe arm kind of out of the way, because what was happening was the bolt was coming out, but it was starting to, I guess the channel, I guess we'll call it, where the toe arm sits, was spreading apart, and we don't want that to happen, because even still the bolt wouldn't come out. So I was going to show you guys on this extra trailing arm I got, but it actually doesn't even have a toe arm in it. All right, we're back. Yeah, so I don't have a toe arm to show you. Actually, maybe we have one from the black Civic. But yeah, I gotta figure out some, and of course man, I want to drive the tail of the dragon in Cherry, man. Like, there's nothing else that I really want to do but that. I don't see the arm here. My little junk pile of the carcass of the Blue SI. But basically, I gotta figure out some way how to get in there and cut the toe arm, to then hopefully use a vice grip to hold on to the bushing and try and drive the bolt out of the bushing. Or basically I need to cut the bolt basically and go from there, I guess. Yeah, this in here is the eBay kit. Give you a little look. It's aluminum. We got our Tokiko struts right here. Been on the shelf waiting. Yeah. Shit, once again, can't even see the other rear arm. Yeah, I could crawl under there and show you guys, but whee! So as you guys can see, basically that's what it looks like up in here, and basically I gotta cut it, the arm there, and I'm hoping that maybe with the hot shot I'll be able to heat up the bolt and maybe take it back out. So then maybe I don't gotta cut out this whole cavity to try and replace that. But then again, it's very, very rough. And you know, we'll see what happens. Also for Cherry, brand new shoes with the hardware kit. We got our Coors Light, we got our trailing arm bushings right there. Also I went ahead, I got, yeah, there's our clip kit. I got a AC belt, so maybe we could see if we could get some AC back in this girl. And then I need to do the oil change still. And also I've been trying to find a exhaust because this is a hatchback exhaust, and as you guys can see, it's a little rigged up. So I want to get an exhaust because I just bolted this thing on, no gaskets, nothing. So, and it sounds a little eBay-y, although I can't lie, this Yonaka catback sounds pretty decent for the price point. But yeah, I want to take you guys along and try and use the hot shot and stuff, but I seem to have lost my head mount since you guys will see some driving videos will come out in the new Civic, and I had the head mount, but I have no clue where I put it, so it's kind of hard, and I don't have a tripod still. I know I'm slacking. A little mod that I did is I got some OE mirrors. Someone spray painted them up, you know, kind of on a time crunch, so I'm not worried about how they look right now. I mean, you know, kind of actually goes with the look of the rest of the car. You know, the rat rod style things. And my girlfriend didn't like how small the spoon style mirrors are. So we got some OE joints on there. So I will say, when I was trying to do these bolts before, I was trying to do them without heating stuff up, and this side I did hear a fracture one time. So from there I left it alone, especially when I snapped this bolt off on the strut. Well, I thought I had it with the ratchet, so went to use old handy dandy big boy Milwaukee and finished taking her out, and possibly what it was the bolt head was just fractured from before. So yep, she came right off. But our trailing arm bushing bolts did come out. So in theory, it's now just about cutting the arms out. So I guess we'll pause here, clean up a bit. And right where my finger is, there is a bolt there, and shout out to Rick because he showed me. Basically you could just cut that nut off, and then sometimes you could hit the rest of the bolt out, but with how everything else is, it's probably frozen in there. So hopefully with cutting the bolt off, we'll be able to just take the control arm out, and I'll have to get a bolt and nut. So we'll see when that comes, but more and more we might be taking the new Civic down to the tail of the dragon. but this is not defeat. We'll see how many videos this takes, but I'm gonna go and try and edit some stuff while I have some free time.